friends, welcome to my channel. So in the today's lecture, we are going to discuss how we can find out the closure of attributes. Okay, closure of attributes. Okay, let's suppose we are having a relation. Okay, this is some relation. Okay, and we have, let's assume, 3 attributes present in this relation. Okay, we are having 3 attributes present in this relation. Okay, the values are 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, okay, 3, 4, 6. Okay, so this is the table given. Okay, now let's try to find the functional dependency from A to B. Okay, let's find the functional dependency from A to B. If you have to find out the value of A1, if the value of A is 1, what is the value of B we will be getting? 2. Okay, for value 1, what is the output we are having? 2. Okay, if the value of A is 2, what is the value of B? 4. Okay, if we have the value of A 3, what is the value of B? 4. Okay, so for each and every value of A, we are getting unique value of B. We are getting the definite answer for each and every value of A. Okay, you can pick any value of A. If you would be finding the value of B corresponding to the A value, you will get the one definite answer. Okay, so that means this functional dependency is right. Okay, this functional dependency is right. Okay, now let's try to find the functional dependency from B to C. Okay, B to C. If you are given value of B 2, what is the value of C? The value is 3. Okay, if you are given value of B as 4, what is the output you are getting? What is the value of C you are getting? 5 or 6. Okay, 5 or 6. So that means B to C functional dependency is actually wrong. Okay, it is wrong. Okay, let me do some modifications or some changes of this relation. Okay, let's suppose I want to update the value of 6 to value 5. I performed some modification on this relation. I updated the value from 6 to value 5. Now if you look at, if you are given value of B 4, what is the value of C you are getting? Only 5. Okay, you are now getting definite answer for each and every value of B. If you are given value 2, output is 3. If you are given value of B 4, the value of C is 5. So for each and every value of B, you are getting definite answer. Okay, so both these functional dependencies are right. Okay, both these functional dependencies are right. Okay, so what you can conclude from it? If A to B and B to C. Okay, if we have A to B and B to C. So can we say that A to C dependency is right. So this way. So if you are given value of A 1, what is the value of C? You will get 3. Okay. If you are given value of A as 2, what is the value of C? You will get 5. If the value of A is 3, what is the output of C? You will get 5. Okay. So if you look at from A to C, it is also a right functional dependency. Okay. So you can call it as the kind of transitive dependency. If with the help of A, you are able to get the unique value of B, and with the help of B value, you are able to uniquely determine the value of C, then definitely you can determine the value of C from A as well. Okay, just try to imagine. Now let's discuss this example. Okay, so if you are given value of A, you are able to get the unique value of B. Okay, if you are given the value of B, you are able to get the unique value of D. Okay, so if you have to find the closure of A, okay, why we are studying these closure properties? Because it will really help you to find out the candidate key of the relation. It is not that you will be given the data of the relation, then you will find the candidate key by looking at the data of the relation. You would just be given the attributes, okay, and the dependency, how one attribute is really dependent on the another attribute. Just with the help of knowledge of attributes, you have to find out the candidate key. Okay, now let me give you one example how we can find out the functional dependencies just with the help of attributes. So if you look at this city to pin code, okay, by looking at these attributes, you can determine that city is functional dependent on pin code. Okay, if you are living in Chandigarh, it is having some pin code. Let's suppose 1033. Okay, I am just taking this as a pin code. So if you are living in Delhi, it is having one pin code like 567. Okay, so obviously any number of rows in which you will be looking Chandigarh as the city, so each and every place you will be getting pin code as 1033. If you have 10 employees working in your company, lives in city Chandigarh, so all of the employees would be having the same pin code. Okay, so city is functional dependent on pin code. This way, by just looking at the attributes, we can determine the functional dependencies. Okay, and with the just help of these functional dependencies, we have to find out the candidate key. Okay, in the real, we don't have the data. When you are working on your software project, you would not be having any data. You just have the knowledge of the attributes. When you will be storing data in your original software, when your complete project is made, okay, only then you will be storing your data in the relation. Initially, you just have the knowledge of the attributes, and by just looking at the attributes, you have to determine the candidate key. Okay, so I now have to find out the closure. So A to B, B to D. Okay, so A can determine A. Okay, if you are finding the closure of A, so definitely you would be finding out the value of attribute A. And if you are given value of A, what other attributes you can determine? You can also determine attribute B. Okay, and if you are given attribute B, with B you can determine attribute D. So with the help of A, you are also able to determine the attribute D. Just try to imagine any relation in your mind this way. Okay, it is functional dependent on it, it is functional dependent on it. Okay, so definitely you would be determining the value of C from A. Okay, if you have, let's suppose this one more row. If you look at A is functional dependent on B, B is functional dependent on C. So definitely A is functional dependent on C. Okay, so with the help of B you can determine D. So with the help of A also you can determine the value of D. Okay, if you are given the value of attribute A, what are the other attributes you can determine from this attribute? You can determine B and D attribute from the attribute A. Okay, now let me find out the closure of B. Okay, so with the help of B, firstly I am able to determine B. Okay, and with B, what are the other attributes I can determine? D. Okay, with the help of B, I am able to determine attribute D. So if you are given C attribute and you have to determine all the other attributes from this attribute, okay, C attribute. So with the help of C, I can determine firstly C, then I can determine D and E. Okay, if you are given value of C attribute, you can get the unique value of attribute D and E. Okay, let's suppose if I say the value of C is 5, you are getting one definite value of attributes D and E. Let's suppose 6 and 7. Okay, so this is the actual meaning of the functional dependency. So with the help of C, I am able to determine uniquely D and E. With the help of CD, with the help of CD, you are able to determine A and B. Okay. So just try to look at it in your mind with the help of arrows. If A is determining B, there is a arrow between these two attributes, and with the help of B to C functional dependencies, you are making arrow from it. So definitely you can determine the attribute C from the attribute A. So now if you look at it with the help of C attribute, you are able to determine all the attributes of the relation. We have a relation of actually 5 attributes: A, B, C, D and E. Okay, we have the relation 5 attributes are there: A, B, C, D and E. Okay, so firstly what we did, we tried to determine the possible functional dependencies of this relation. So these were the functional dependencies. Then what we did, we tried to find the candidate key with the help of these functional dependencies. So if you look at this attribute C, with the help of this C attribute, you are able to determine all the other attributes, all the other remaining 4 attributes: A, B, D and E. Okay, if I give you any value of C, you will get the definite answer of A, B, D and E, one single value, okay, for all the attributes. So you can say that C is your candidate key of this relation, okay, because with the help of it, we are able to uniquely determine the value of all the other attributes. Okay, so I hope that you are clear with closer set of attributes. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you have any query, I have mentioned my email ID in the description box. You can contact me on that email ID.